that there was just water coming down. And there was a big pool in front of my door. And not only that, a light had gone out in the ceiling a few weeks back. They replaced it, but like it has this big gaping hole. Hey everyone, so thank you again for joining me for another Mondays with Mel. Excuse the appearance. I washed my hair yesterday, and as you know, I wear my hair naturally for the most part. So I have it set in a braid out. And for the natural hair girlies, y'all understand the struggle sometimes. It takes forever to dry, at least a day and change. So I actually just washed it yesterday and it's still set because it's still a little wet. So I'm just rocking this hat for the time being until it's completely dry. Years ago, I might have been hesitant to do something like this, to come on camera for like a vlog or anything to show you guys me in this form. But if it's one thing that I try to stress on my platforms is authenticity. And I really believe in being authentic as possible. I think I mentioned before, I don't know how to be a fake person. Like, what you see is what you get. And you know, part of authenticity is showing like how I am normally. So that's why I don't really rush to put on makeup. I mean, I wear makeup obviously when I'm going out and things, but when I'm recording this, I just really try to show up as authentic as possible. Because when I'm around in the house, I'm not wearing any makeup. Like, I'm chilling like this. And this is part of it. Me doing my hair, having it set, and just throwing on a cap if I need to run out or do something really quick. So I hope you guys don't mind. But again, I really try to be as real as possible. So I hope you guys had a great last week. My week, okay. I'm gonna start off with the good stuff first. You know, I'm preparing for Trinidad Carnival, and it was so cool because I was looking through some photos to do like a flashback thing about Carnival and all the years that I've been going, because as an adult, I've been going for nearly 20 years. And I've been going for longer, but the few times before, I was under 18. So, but as an adult, when I really got to go and like experience fetting and do things on my own, that's been almost 20 years. So to look back through photos of me playing mass, the first time I played mass with my friends, and all things and costumes have changed from then to now is crazy. But that was really fun to look into. So I've been preparing for that. Actually still sorting out which fets I want to go to this year, who I'm linking up with, outfits and things. So it's coming along. There are people that plan forever and ever and ever, a year in advance, if not more. I am not like that. To each is their own, but I just really don't see the need in doing so much planning. Like, things, no matter how things say they're sold out, they're never totally sold out. Regardless of how people like think, oh, if you don't do this, that, then you're gonna miss out. You're never gonna miss out. Like, you will get in. Trust me. It just depends on, you know, I guess your patience and what you're willing to do as far as like timing and things. But other than that, I don't stress them things. So when people were like months and months and months ago, like asking me about things, I'm just like, I'm not thinking about that. Last thing on my mind. I have so much going on, still have things going on in my life. Trinidad was the last thing I was thinking about, but I knew it was happening. Now I'm in a point that I feel like, well, we are really getting close. So, okay, Melissa, maybe it's time for you to like really narrow down some stuff. So that's been cool. But the last week, I had an issue that just reinforced again why I'm over New York and why I cannot wait to leave. So we had some big rainstorms, and the rainstorms ended up doing some damage to my apartment. Now, the reason why, like I said, this reinforces why I want to leave New York and why I need to get out of here and why I'm over it, is because it's not an isolated incident. The issues that I'm seeing in my apartment are things that have progressed after me already telling management about it months before, or when I first started noticing an issue. Like, for instance, there's a leak in the hallway. I noticed this issue almost a year ago, and I told management about it. They said, oh, we'll check it out. It's been months later, like I said, we're almost a year to when I did it. May 2023 is when I notified management about it. So now it's to the point where it rained so much the other day that there was just water coming down, and there was a big pool in front of my door. And not only that, a light had gone out in the ceiling a few weeks back. They replaced it, but like it has this big gaping hole and the light is hanging. And I figured they would replace it, or maybe because I think they may have done some painting or something around it. I don't know. I don't remember. But I just figured maybe they were just going to leave it there for a couple of days before they got the thing to put over. No, it's been hanging. And I keep looking at this and I'm like, this is a safety issue. Like, you shouldn't be having this light just hanging like that. And now with rain on top of it, like, come on. So not only is that in the hallway that's right in front of my door, I'm also now having issues and leaks in my apartment. And I'm just like, these are things that I've been telling you about. Why don't you fix it? You're charging like all this crazy amount of rent, but you don't want to fix issues that you need to fix. Like, make it make sense. And this is not the first time I've encountered these issues with them. A couple of years ago, the same thing. I actually had my ceiling collapse. I had to get rid of everything, replace everything. And on top of that, they still wanted their rent and didn't even offer any type of compensation for it. That was on me. When I had been coming to you for years about it, kept saying there's a soft spot. There's a soft spot in that ceiling, and I think something is needs to fix. Like, the rain is coming through. They would just come patch. And then one day the patch did not work anymore, and boom, everything. And I'm just like, back home in Boston, this would not be the case. Like I said, I don't know how it is in other cities, but I can only speak from where I've been before. It would not be the case. But I feel like other places may be similar, because anytime I talk to people, my friends and stuff that live out of state, out of areas, they just look at me like, no way. But in New York, it's completely different. And then people are like, oh, well, why don't you sue them and stuff? The suing is such a hassle here. That's another process that I just don't have the time nor the funds to even entertain. So then it's just like, what do? And you can't really move. Well, I know for myself, I'm not in a position to move to somewhere else, because the nicer places, I mean, like I said, I'm already paying an arm and leg for this, and it's considered rent subsidized. So that's why, like, my rent is cheaper, but it's not really cheap. To go into another place that's probably like a quarter of the size, then pay like triple times the rent that I'm paying here now. So I'm just like, I'm over it. So right now, I've made the issues again to the landlord, the super. They keep saying the roofer's gonna come check it. It's been 3-4 days. Roofer still hasn't come. At this point, I've just issued a complaint to the city, and I hope that they'll deal with it and respond, because it's just so frustrating to have your living space that you're in not feel like it's livable, and you're paying people to take care of this for you. It's awful. And this is not even the first apartment that I've had issues with. I had a next apartment a few years back that made me move to this apartment, which is better than the last one, but still, as you see, still having issues. And I had a ceiling collapse there in my bathroom, and that took forever to fix. I had to just stop paying rent for them to actually fix it. They tried to take me to eviction courts twice. The first time the judge was like, just pay and fix it. I paid, they didn't fix it. I held the rent again. Here I come with the eviction letter again. Go back to court. Now the judge is like, okay, well, don't pay the rent until. Yeah, next thing you know, within a week, they came to fix it because I didn't pay the money. But it's like, why do you even have to go that far for things that should be taken care of to be taken care of? This is a living space. You own this place. Your responsibility is to make sure that it's livable for people. These issues that are like transpiring, they wouldn't even have to get to this far if you just listen in the first place. So those are some of the issues that I'm dealing with right now, and I'm not very happy because I already have a lot on my plate. I'm already dealing with a lot of stuff that I'm trying to get through, and this, my living space, to be like that, it's just making things that much harder. But I'm trying to stay positive and hoping things will get fixed soon, but that is my situation. So what brings me joy in the interim is listening to all the new soca that's being released for Trinidad. Because now I am focused. I've ordered my clothes, my outfits and things. So I have something to look forward to, but I just really, really hope this issue is taken care of soon, because it's just not right. It's not right. But yes, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate the support and every watch that you guys lend to me. And I will see you next week on the next Mondays with Mel. Bye.